Let me just first start off by saying how proud I am of Montgomery County. Montgomery County is a great place that truly talks about diversity, but also backs it up in terms of its support and what it needs to do to ensure that all of our folks, regardless of their differing levels of abilities, are included in the fabric of Montgomery County. One of the nice things about April and recognizing National Autism Awareness Month is that we get to talk about the great ideas of inclusion as we start this brand new season of spring. And we talk about rebirth and seeing things that are growing and developing. And it's a great way to think of what continues to happen when we support our individuals with differing abilities and how they can continue to grow and flourish and prosper. All they need is just a little helping hand from us in the community. And that goes everywhere from our nonprofits who do the work each and every day to our partners in government who do the work each and every day, to you as members of the community, because you play a part in this as well, ensuring that folks don't feel discriminated, that folks have a helping hand when they need it, and that folks have the ability to live their life just like you want to be able to have a place to live, a job so that they can provide for themselves, and someone to love. Everybody wants that. There's no one who doesn't want that ultimate goal, regardless of what their abilities may be. And so it's great to see that we're focusing on that and having great organizations like that here in Montgomery County. In fact, it's pretty interesting. It's a little known fact, but actually in Montgomery County, our own police department actually has an office that's devoted just to ensuring that we can make sure that our folks with autism, that we're learning about them, and that we're making sure that our police, in terms of their interactions, can actually make those positive interactions. And we've got an autism ambassador, Jake Edwards, who's behind me, who's a great friend, who does a great job of talking about that as well. It's just a phenomenal thing here, you know, and it's a model for the rest of the United States. And so I really hope that folks see what we do here and how we treat everyone and make sure that that happens for everybody involved. That's right, Jake. Give a wave. Beautiful. So again, I also just want to highlight, because it really is important. And so for those of you who are in the employment sector, please make sure that you open your doors to people with differing abilities. You know, I want to highlight places like Sunflower Bakery and That's a Wrap Deli and Red Wiggler Farm, who are stalwarts in terms of employment, but there's so many out there who are doing the same thing. Reach out to us and let us know so that we can make sure that we're connecting you with other advocates in the community so that we can get folks employed. These opportunities are so important because they matter so much, not only when it comes to, you know, how you feel when you go to your job and you feel valued. We don't want to deny that for anybody in our community. So I'm sorry, I spoke a lot about this. I'm going to turn to my colleagues, both Councilmember Albornoz and Vice President Katz, to say a few words, and then we'll read the proclamation. But just want to say thank you to our community for stepping up and doing the right thing, for treating everybody with dignity and respect.
Well, thank you very much, Councilmember Rice. You know, when you follow Craig, he many times says it all, and he did. He said, for a lot of reasons, I guess. Yeah, you did, in all fairness. But he truly did say it all. But, you know, autism touches all of us, whether it's directly in your family, whether there's someone who's a neighbor, there's someone who's a relative somewhere. It touches all of us. And in 2018, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention determined that approximately 1 in 59 children is diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder. 1 in 59. And each year, 50,000 children with autism become adults with autism. It's important to serve and support individuals with autism and their families across the lifespan, as Craig mentioned. But, you know, when he also mentioned about our police department, we made national news. You can go and see it on YouTube. I think it was a morning news show that actually showed our ambassador and actually showed our police department and how we have helped to change how the police are dealing with people with autism across America. And we should have, and we need to do that. And so we're all very, very proud of our police for many reasons, but especially for that one. And I'm uplifted to see so many incredible groups with us here today. We stand shoulder to shoulder to make certain that every person who is living in Montgomery County gets the services they need. And we also realize that you can't exist in a silo, that you have to make certain that you have to work in collaboration in order to get all of this done. And that's what we're showing here today. Congratulations to all the people who are working with us.
All right. Well, good morning, good people. What a highlight of the day. It is such an honor to be among such leaders in our community. What you guys do as community-based organizations, as advocates, is truly making a difference. And we stand with you as partners and allies to ensure that Montgomery County become a completely sensory-friendly community. We have to ensure that we work with our medical providers to have earlier diagnosis of autism so that we can provide more support services earlier and a holistic approach to address this really critically important issue. And it will take all of us working collaboratively together, but I'm confident with organizations like this and with the incredible families that we have here in our county and the wonderful partnership of our government and our elected officials and our private sector as well, that we can be a model for the rest of the country. So it's such an honor and privilege to be with all of you today, and let's get to the proclamation.
All right, so we're going to rotate through this. Whereas autism spectrum disorder, also known as ASD, is a developmental disorder typically identified in early childhood and can affect an individual's social, emotional, gross motor, and communication skills as reflected in the way they interact, behave, and learn,
And whereas the Centers for Disease Control estimates that 1 in 59 children are diagnosed with ASD, Montgomery County Public Schools reports that nearly 1 in 10 MCPS students enrolled in special education programs are on the autism spectrum, which is about 2,728 students and is a 5-fold increase over 10 years. And
whereas early and continued intervention is imperative in addressing the complex challenges of individuals with ASD, including issues with sensory and language skills, chronic and mental health and physical harm, so children with ASD can grow into adults with a strong potential to achieve their desired goals in core aspects of life, such as education, employment, and a stable home life, and
without the sustained, valiant, and innovative efforts of organizations and agencies like the ones behind us in Montgomery County, individuals with ASD of all ages and their families would not receive the necessary medical, financial, and emotional resources, support, and opportunities they need for a higher quality of life.
And whereas in Montgomery County, individuals with ASD actively participate in every aspect of our county, our schools, services, communities, and workforce, helping our community thrive as a wonderful place to live, work, and play. And
whereas we should all pursue the mission of Autism Awareness Month and advocate for and support those impacted by ASD and encourage acceptance for those with differing abilities. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby proclaims April 2019 as Autism Awareness Month, and it's signed today by County Council Member Craig Rice and County Council President Nancy Navarro. Congratulations.
So we have copies of the proclamation for all of our autism partners. This really is a truly collaborative effort, and one in which we start from the very beginning, from our little children, and have progressed all the way up to making sure that our adults with autism are still not forgotten. And all of those steps through all of these organizations, including our county organizations, our police department, our health and human services, are doing everything they need to make sure that folks with autism and other intellectual disabilities are supported. I can't say enough how special it is to live here in Montgomery County. Thank you to all of you for all of your great work. All right, we're going to take a picture.